Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be assembling and painting this laser cut kit. This is the Woodcutter cabin from Seaside Miniatures on Etsy. This is from a French seller who has kindly provided all the instructions in English. So we have written instructions as well as a visual reference guide. And there's only a few simple steps to follow. Since I'm a fan of movies such as Cabin in the Woods, Evil Dead and so forth, so I wanted to create my own little spooky cabin. Plus it will also come in useful for wargaming scenarios. So the pieces have come already punched out, so I just need to separate them into their own little piles and work out what I've got. As it turned out, there was a piece missing, but it was quite small and insignificant and I could live without it. And I do love the laser engraved bricks on the side of these walls. I have this steel brush which I'm going to run along the side of the boards, and this is going to help create wood grain. And then using the blade I'm going to widen the gap between some of these planks of wood. This is going to break up the uniformity so it doesn't look quite so manufactured. Using white glue I stack up these hollow squares, and this will give me a raised base for the cabin. Because the glue is close setting, my first priority is to apply all the layers and then I get it straight. And the final layer is the floorboards. And once that is on, I can make sure everything is aligned up. Using clamps is the best way to make sure nothing slips out of alignment, because during the drying process things can warp and move out of place. Right, I have to follow the same process for the chimney. You see all these inner layers are blank and the outer layer is the one with the bricks on it. And once again I stack the layers up first and then worry about the alignment. And these clamps are great to make sure nothing slips out of place. And now I need to glue the chimney stack to the side of the cabin, making sure that the fireplaces are lined up in the process. I found this sample bag of wood stains on Amazon. They are a perfect size for model kits. So I find an appropriate colour, then I stain the floor. Then I base coated all the stone areas in grey. And this was in preparation of the next stage, which drove me a little bit crazy. I painstakingly added stones of varying colours, and this took me quite a few hours to complete, but I knew it would be worth it in the end. I used about 10 different shades of greys and browns altogether. And once the paint had dried, I gave it an all over wash with grey paint. This is to help equalise the colour tones so that they blend into each other a little bit more, and essentially add the same amount of weathering. Then any excess is just dabbed off with a piece of tissue. And just like with the floorboards, I added some individuality to the wood for the front and back of the cabin, and this is to make it look a little bit more handmade. Then I gave it a once over with a wood stain. This kit doesn't come with any glass, so I picked up this thin piece of plastic from a local hobby store. So I just need to measure the size of the panes and cut them out. I made each of the cuts slightly too big so that they could be sanded down and fit perfectly, because if the cuts are made too shallow, they're no use at all. I then removed the protective film and then sanded each piece down until they fit perfectly. Each piece remains in place by friction alone. amazing by adding the windows really makes a difference. And I'll repeat the same process for the 4 tiny frames in the door. And yes, I did keep dropping and losing these. To help hold the windows in place, I added some white glue to the back of them, and then put the glue into place using a cotton bud. But don't forget that white glue dries clear, and any distortion to the windows will only add to the effect. I wasn't happy with the wood panel because they came out too uniform, so I mixed together some of the wood stains and painted the floorboards of different shades. And this to me feels a lot more authentic and natural. Then I gave the surface a quick dry brush. This covered it in uneven patches, and this helped make the board look like it's been walked on many times. I also do the same to the sides of the cabin, although you can't quite tell in this shot. And now it's time to start assembling the cabin itself, starting off with the 2 stone side walls. And just like in real life, these are the foundation walls that hold everything else together. This process is a bit of a balancing act until the glue starts to take hold. When it came to adding the door, I wanted it slightly ajar, because for me it feels more intriguing, as somebody's about to come out or there's something wrong inside. I assembled the fireplace inside, and this consisted of 3 parts. Next, I stained the supports for the canopy, and then glued them in place. I then assembled the detachable roof section, and then glued into place the part of the roof which are going to be permanent. And now, when I need access to the inside, I can take the roof off and get in. If I choose to decorate the inside at a later date, I can do. And for the next stage, I bought a load of lollipop sticks. I chopped these down so I could make roof tiles, as this kit didn't come with anything for the roof. It is painstaking to apply them one at a time, but it's also more authentic. As you can see, I found a faster way to make these tiles. I apply the tile to the permanent roof areas only, for now. And then stain them in a nice dark oak colour. I then apply the remaining roof tile to the detachable roof section, and I had to make it look like it was one solid roof. And as you can see, I added a trim to cap off the top. Unfortunately, I didn't have any long enough sticks, so I had to do this in 2 parts. And lastly, I had to stain the new section of roof, and then we're done. I have access to the inside, and the roof still comes apart, so I'm happy. You can see that some of the roof tile buckled when they dried, and to me this added to the aesthetic. So I think by adding the roof tiles and the windows really added something to this kit. And personally, I'm very pleased with the finished result. And by adding a little light inside really makes it look spooky. So I'd like to know what your favourite movie is which features a spooky cabin. Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.